great cover-up, the great shuffling. Fascinating. I couldn't just not be live. I'm like fascinated by this. Thank you. I saw on Cash App, I think $85 or $95 came in on Cash App. The records were $195. So thank you for covering some of that. I know there was $10 on PayPal. So that puts us at half, almost more than half paid for. So thank you all. I appreciate the help with that. There's 5 lawsuits in total. One is, it talks about Bixler. So these lawsuits are fucking great, man. These things, this is great. This is all Moxon. The FOIA requests have been great. All the FOIA requests have been great because without the FOIA requests, a lot of this stuff would not be able to be put together. Like none of this stuff would have been able to be put together. So the Sunshine Records and the California Public Records requests, the FOIA requests, the Sunshine requests, that's what they call in Florida. All of those are some of the best acts or bills that Congress or the people have ever put forth in America. My opinion. That's my opinion, right? I think that, and that has shown so much that's going on. And let me say, this is to Nora Ames. Nora, Pinche Becky's just stabbing you in the back. Pinche Becky's going after 86 GOP too. It's fucking beautiful. It's beautiful, man. Nora, are you going to let Pinche Becky talk about you like that? Say that you're the one, some Darvo narcissist? You're going to let some Darvo narcissist who hates you because you're a lesbian and he's MAGA? You're going to hate that Becky's saying that? And that Becky's saying that illegal Mexicans should be deported back to Mexico? Is that part of your team? Is that part of your people? Is that why D.O.A. is effective and annoying? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe that is what makes D.O.A. effective. What does PJ Becky post? Screenshots of 86 GOP saying that he didn't really fund D.O.A. to go to jail. Okay, it's all coming out. Like, it's fucking beautiful. It can't be any more beautiful. That I don't know if I actually made the screenshot, the profile picture of the stream, but I took the picture. I don't think I made the profile pic. But PJ Becky's post is about 86 saying that he never funded me. So he's giving money to Nora. So the divisions have been drawn in Streamer Wars, y'all. And his Mod Wars is all involved in it. Mod Wars is making it a bloody, muddy mess. You got Tori's mod, and Tori finally speaks up. If it's a mod, Tori will find her voice. Nothing about the children of Scientology. Nothing about children being audited. Nothing about, children not consenting, because that would mean that she is to blame for some of it. She can't take responsibility because Tori is a Scientologist. And the second rule of Scientology is to never take accountability. Always attack, never defend, okay? Attack, never defend. All right? These lawsuits aren't about Tori. These lawsuits are not about Aaron. These lawsuits are what has crippled Scientology. Without the Danny Masterson case, without the publicity of that, none of this would have ever come to light. Danny Masterson, the cover-up of Danny Masterson is and will probably be the downfall of Scientology. Period. End of story. Why, what's her name? Leah Remini is so all about Mike Rinder is hard to understand. It's hard to know. Right? Is she just gullible? Does she not have the foresight, the knowledge to see what the aftermath, kind of the snake shit that was going on? Is her hatred of Aaron clouding her judgment in other places? I would say probably. That hatred has clouded her judgment over Mike Rinder because she chose a side, and the side was the aftermath, right? And so Mike Rinder and the shady shit that Mike Rinder did has clouded her personal relationship with somebody who was probably a great resource for her. I don't know. But Leah Remini is Scientology's thorn in the side. Nobody is bigger. It's like Leah, and then it's Bixler. Right? Leah, Bixler, Armstrong. Jerry Armstrong was a huge fucking factor too. And Randy Prince. You know, these are straight dangerous people to Scientology, but the language, the lawsuit, all the focus is on, and it's the same players. It's Moxon, it's Kirsten, it's Jennifer. This is the Scientology dream team of how fair gaming and blacklisting and gray rocking. Is gray rock or is it black rock? It's gray rock. Gray rocking, where you say nothing about the person. I believe gray rocking is the term. I could be wrong. I think it's gray rocking. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Super fucking fascinating. But Leah and Bixler, they have been the downfall of Scientology and will, I believe that is going to be the downfall because they've had to show their hand. They've showed their hand. And they've shown that there's officers that were not corrupt. The good cops. The good cops thought the investigation into Shelley Miscavige was good. Everyone always asks, where are the good cops? The good cops are the ones where Scientology is looking for them. Scientology is putting out the public records request. Moxon is. He's putting out the public records request trying to find out information on the good cops. And I don't fully understand the LAPD. It's a mystical beast of power and corruption and money and Hollywood. Right? Like, we are in the middle of it. It sounds so stupid. This is literally like history. I believe it. Maybe I am a con man. Maybe I'm conning the chat into believing that the con is that we can possibly expose Scientology, that it is in our power. It's a confidence, and I lack it a lot. I'm not really the best con man. Because I lack the skills of being confident all the time. The confidence comes in waves. It's like this turtle that pops its head out like, yeah, I'm not afraid, bitch. And then pop my head back in like, oh God, I'm terrified. It's just ebbing and flowing, just pulsating of fair and no fair, fair, no fair, fair, no fair. And you have to be fearful. How could you not be fearful? This shit's fucking crazy. This shit's crazy. They went after judges in LA. They went after prosecutors. They were killing dogs. Of course, people talking about eating my cat is relevant. I don't want them killing Jazzy. Fuck. I'm excited to read these lawsuits. Like, I'm going to be thinking about this all day. That's all I'm going to be able to think about. And also, he's giving me the framework of exactly what I need to do the same thing. That's what I really like. It was Mandy's lawsuit that gave me the framework in my head of Mandy being sued for false light, defamation by implication, defamation per se. I didn't know about those legal terms until I read Mandy's lawsuit, which put a whole bunch of different things in, like it started new paths of thought of how to attach, how to get remedied, how to solve problems that I have. Those were the remedy for it, and it is very clear how it was. And now this one is very clear on the denial of the CPA, the California Public Records, and they're effective. That shit's effective because Moxon's right. It allows secret information to become public. They've used that. Scientology has used that method to be the white knight of solving issues. That's how they're trying to frame it in the lawsuit. The white knight of exposing this information by filing thousands of California Public Records requests. I'm so glad she got those for me to see those. Because all that stuff in the lawsuit, I went through all those California Public Records requests of Moxon and read them, and then to see what Moxon's doing to try to get those records, right? Because Moxon's good at what he does, right? He's been doing it for a long fucking time. So to understand the snake, to understand your enemy is super important. But I'm grateful that she had gotten those, and I was like, what's the relevant? Like, I had filed those as like kind of unimportant, right? I remembered them. I went through all of them, and like, what's it for me for what I'm doing? Nothing. It really didn't have much. Him asking for records was filed away, but now I understand why that was filed away. It was filed away for the lead up to these lawsuits, and this is actually really good, truthfully, because now you have LAPD being asked about the public records, and that's what needs to be done. There needs to be a string of lawsuits, which that's what Moxon's doing. There's 5 of them. He's got 5 lawsuits in. This is their technique. They put in lawsuits to break somebody. Like, we're literally watching it in real time. It's amazing. And somehow my dumb ass is fucking paying enough of attention. And enough, like that seemed like I was wasting my time, but I wasn't wasting my time. I was just getting the foundation to see. And like, I didn't understand exactly, but he was very thorough, and that's what that's also what I've been effective at for some of my requests, was just re-requesting. Right? And I made criticism of Henry that he did like one request and then all of a sudden did a lawsuit. Where Moxon, he did numerous requests. He lists those dates, 6 dates that he corresponded. So it's like, you can't say that that there was some chance that he didn't properly requested it. Not only did he request it once, but he followed up with 6 different emails to request that information. And asking the same stuff in numerous emails and getting different responses from each of those numerous emails. Possibly because there's somebody else, there's multiple people fulfilling those requests, which is what has been effective for me. I did that with the San Luis Obispo Police, the California Highway Patrol, the city police in San Luis Obispo, also with San Francisco. We're still waiting for body cam footage from San Francisco. It's been a year and a half since we requested that. A year. It's been, I think, a year. They're sending emails that they're still trying to fulfill the request. First, they rejected it. We paid for it. They said it was destroyed. Then all of a sudden, they had it again. Same with West Virginia. I emailed West Virginia with certain things. Nothing happened. I emailed again. And then I emailed I did a third public records request to West Virginia. And I got different information in each one. And information that contradicted the other information. For example, Officer Torres, California Public Records requested him, and about West Virginia emails, he lied and said that there was only one incident of an email to West Virginia. Well, on this third public records request from West Virginia, here's an email about Torres sending an email to the prosecutor about my restraining order case and saying that there was a restraining order, that a restraining order had been completed on me by Scientology, which they ended up, and never a follow-up. It was a bogus restraining order. They used that restraining order against me. And so the third FOIA request to West Virginia pulled forth that document, and it contradicted a separate FOIA request. So there's 3 FOIA requests in West Virginia, and one, not FOIA, California Public Record, a CPRA, California Public Records Request Act. Because if you say FOIA, they're going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. We don't have that. We don't have access to that. So you have to do it in the specific jurisdiction. Though I believe you could also do a FOIA request, which is a federal request, not a state request. Pursuant to the federal rules, pursuant to the FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Act, which is FOIA, or California Public Records Act, CPRA. Fucking acronyms. God damn. A separate email to Torres, a separate California, a CPRA to California Central Division, LAPD, about Torres's emails that he said didn't exist, which did exist. So you have him lying, which is fucking beautiful. Because those CPR, that's your paper trail. Like, all that's a paper trail. So, like, Moxon's leaving the paper trail of what numerous anti-Scientologist activists have already alleged that is happening, and specifically to the Cult Awareness Network, CAN. So we're watching, which is pretty fucking fascinating, the LAPD gang, which is corrupt in its own self, being infiltrated by Scientology via a set of lawsuits. And if you read the Dolvik emails is the land use attorney, a high-profile land use attorney, which was trying to bully the city attorneys in the administrative hearing for the planters. Right? They're trying to not pay the $9,000, however, I think it was $7,500 or $8,000 fines from illegally putting the planters that I illegally destroyed, and illegal, like, all of it, right? But they're trying to bully the fucking city attorneys by saying that they're going to do litigation. So we're like watching it, like it's like it's clear as day what the fuck is going on. And it's really questionable why these other fucks, Aaron and what's his name, Tony Ortega, aren't covering this. This has been months that these lawsuits have been there. Has there been any coverage from, the person, Tony Ortega's news thing? Is it because they're just not capable of finding the news or seeing it, or they're only covering some of the shit? This painting job has been very therapeutic for me. It's taken forever, but going through and doing all the different little tasks to do, make it look really nice, and completing like all these like micro tasks, I guess you would call them. Oh, okay, cool, thank you. So wild. Yeah, but the painting has been really good for me. Really good, because it's starting to look, it's got a really cool mailbox and some really nice letters. It's like an old vintage, like ceramic looking, it's tin, like flower letter mount mailbox, and then got some address tiles, and I painted the door like a real off yellow, like a real muted, I guess you would call it like a muted yellow, and the yellow looks really good. The blue and the darker blue is almost like a periwinkle, and it looks so, yeah, it looks really, really good. I love that we got these. I love that $200 was spent for all this information. I love that I have the resources to have people make donations to make that happen. There's never a question about getting the records because we always get the money to pay for it, and I'm super grateful for that. Super grateful. And the thing is, I paid for it, and Sandra paid for it with our money, not even wanting the money back. So that's what's great about getting it back. I'm back to enjoying my position. I was not enjoying my position, but it was a position that I put myself in unexpectedly because I wasn't well researched enough on. Well, no, everything had to happen the way it had to happen because all the key players are playing out over again. And Scientology isn't big, and it's the same trick. It's the same circus. It's the same magicians doing the same stuff over and over again. But we're learning and being more part of it a lot quicker because we are so right now it's my life. It's my job. It has to do with survival for me now. And I love being part of it. This is going to be my legacy. This is my legacy, right? Like, I need some that, or I'm just some gypsy criminal who makes criminal threats and does hate crimes on people. Well, the ICE protest, this is what I love about this too. You have Scientology involved with, like, integrated into that shit too, with Pam Bondi. You have a litigation that would help the Scientology being pushed by Pam Bondi, specifically the this Don Lemon, the reporter, or they're alleging he's a hate. They're alleging that him going into the church violated constitutional rights of the church members, which seems radical. That seems like, I don't know what that, like, but that's exactly what a lot of the content creators for the Scientology stuff coming into the buildings, everyone that's gone into the buildings and done some type of protest, that has everything to do with Don Lemon. Is his name Don Lemon? Whatever Lemon. That has everything to do with what's going on with the Scientology stuff. They're trying to make it out to be some type of hate crime. What it really is, what I believe it would be, and I could be wrong, in my opinion, I believe it's a simple trespass. Like, there's laws on the books that, all right, these people are in a church. It's open to the public, so there's nothing wrong with being there unless they're a closed church. It's the same kind of guidelines of what's with Scientology. And this is the church in St. Paul. This is like current talking point news in the last couple days, the last 3 days, having to do with ICE. But you have Pam Bondi involved with it. Pam Bondi is being influenced by Scientology. Okay? It has that icing has nothing to do with Scientology besides the broader ramifications of entering into what is considered a tax-free church, expressing an opinion. I love it. I love the position I'm in. I'm feeling like super just grateful. I feel like I'm just so focused on the prize. I gotta take breaks from the shit though, or I start losing it. I'm very happy to be in the position I am. I do believe that, and I do believe that exposing Scientology as we know it today is very attainable goal. I'm not sure what will be the end result, but I don't know. I think that it could happen. I believe it could happen. And I disagree with Nora that it's going to be second gens. It's going to be it's a little bit of everybody standing up. And a lot of it's the corruption of the LAPD that has allowed a lot of this to happen. We saw it when the girls escaped. We were lucky enough to see that. Watched it play out. We saw girls escaping. Damn, that looks good. Get the deck painted. Yeah, we need 2 lights there probably. Gray. Yeah, that'll look good gray. Maybe a lighter gray though. Not so dark. Clashes. Yeah, that looks really good. I'm gonna have to paint where the fucking mailbox is. Damn. I'll get that mailbox on today. She wants it under the letters. It'd look better right there. Right in the middle of that. Right where that mailbox is. Alright. That's yellow. Hopefully that yellow works. And then those. Okay. That needs to be cut back a little bit too. This trim came out nice. It looks real good now. All right, I gotta go work. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I'm sorry I wasn't more informative or more fun, or maybe not. We're making history here. And I'm just painting a house as we're making history. It's gonna look dope. Just wait, it's gonna look like a fucking flip this house front yard, man. Like, oh hell yeah. I got a bunch of cardboard with me. Got like 12, 13 cardboard boxes. I gotta get the tape off. The tape's gotta come off of them. But that's gonna be, I'm gonna put that in some of these spots as a weed suppression. Is going to be actually perfect. These, I mean, you couldn't have scored better boxes, hopefully. So we're going to use these for some of the pathways. Put that down up along the house, and then in some of these other spots, and I get it real nice and wet. And then I'm going to put flowers. Use it pretty much as a fabric cloth, or not a fabric cloth, a weed cloth. The weed cloth. A barrier, weed barrier. The cardboard's good. You don't want the tape or the labels on, but I'll get the tape off and the labels off. And when it gets wet, like worms, it's a great place for worms to sit up and underneath because they'll stay wet or retain the moisture. First off, it retains the moisture. It acts like a sponge. But the worms, it gives the worms the little corrugated, the little spots right there, give it a bunch of little beneficial insects and bacteria spots to kind of like propagate. Too much cardboard is not good, but a small amount is very beneficial. And it just works as great weed barriers. I'm out. Peace.